Raise it high up the ladder. Let we set it on fire. A little more calypso, forget the funk and the disco. A little more limbo, a little more shango. Kindly greasy pole, and we don't dance round the maypole.
Offers quality foods at affordable prices. Now, with our improved web store, you can make all your purchases from the comfort of your home. It's so simple, easy to log in and navigate, safe and secure transactions, and a quick checkout. All your grocery needs at your fingertips. Convenient and reliable. Food Fair, where you can fill your baskets without emptying your pockets.
And Valley Pharmacy offers both wholesale and retail pharmaceutical and over-the-counter products. We have the most competitive and affordable prices. We are the agents for Vit Plus multivitamin for healthy everyday lifestyle and Sanatogen powder. Hills and Valley Pharmacy supplies the best quality, name brand clinical products such as Rescue Oil, Bio Oil, Neutrogena, Aveeno, and Clarisil. We offer the most convenient opening hours. Our telephone numbers are 435-6904 or 6903. Remember, at Hills and Valley Pharmacy, your health is our business. We care.
Now open, Hills and Valley Medicare Center, your one-stop for medical supplies, massage therapy, physiotherapy, and an in-house physician. At Hills and Valley, your health is our business.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
But you know, scholar, before you come up here, sit down thinking, you know, and nowadays, you know, when man ain't feeling well, they're sick and they have something happened to them. When you go by a doctor, it's all kind of Dicillin and Datilin, Penicillin and Maxillin, all kind of this kind of lean on them. You know, things change because a long time. For example, a partner of mine tell me once he had a bile. You know, the days when you have a bile and thing on the leg, a man have a bile. He say the thing hot in, swell, but he afraid to squeeze it because you hot. He say his grandmother get some basilicum with some soft candle and thing, put on a warm pepper leaf and she put it on that bile. And 2 the bile boss, you know.
Yeah. And I know all they just make is a poultice.
I remember poultice. You get in some boiled leaf, you boil that and you mix it with the same soft candle and basilicum and you're good to go.
Yeah, well, that's free joke you're making. Our partner, man, let me have a piece of gas barrel. One piece of gas.
So what you do?
Man say you buy Pepto-Bismol, you buy Eno, you buy Andrew.
So why didn't
gas barrels?
So why didn't tell him take a dose of antipa?
So why you believe I tell him? I tell him man take a dose of antipa.
Well, the problem solved.
The problem solved.
I mean, those things work, and they worked well. You know.
Very, very, very well.
They work well, and you know those days when you go and get your thing, you have to go with your bottle, you know, because you can't when you go in those days it wasn't pharmacy, you know. When you go in the dispensary, you go with your bottle, and they mix it for you, and they pour it in your bottle. They cork it, and you go, and you're good to go.
Those were the days. Join us
this Friday or the week culture to know more about Basilicum, Oltis, Antipa, Asifesita. A man, they send a man going by Asifesita. When he reach in the dispensary, he say, sir, I want to get some Ashifata Hita. Folks, join us this Friday on OUI Culture for more. See you then.
Kindly greasy pole, and we don't dance from the maypole.
Good evening once again, folks. It is Friday. Yes, indeed. And after 2 stints on Thursday, we're back to our original evening. Yes, indeed. OUI Culture. And it's a pleasure as always. We welcome our viewers of GBN Television 711, our Facebook viewers, viewers on our YouTube channel, and of course our listeners on K105 FM. The gang is here, and of course we're ready to go. Reece?
We? Culture?
What? Livingston give you some antipa to drink. What is we come out? What happened?
Livingston failed me.
He failed you?
Failed me.
Anyways,
say good evening to all our viewers. Good evening to all our listeners. Good evening to your guys as well. I'm looking forward to this program. Based on the topic that we've chosen today, I know a little bit, but I know you all know a lot more. So I'm looking forward to sharing and learning at the same time.
Yeah, Finley, well, I don't come to you next because the way things looking there, boy, that kind of attire, that's a real doctor attire. So Finley, how things going, boy? Jacket. Why the first time?
I guess you can feel me too. I mean, I don't know what's going on.
I put in me F up there. I got me feeling great early. I said, I come with me scarf to match me married over, but no boy.
I must say that even before I say anything else, let me congratulate Reece on her get-up. You look very special and auspicious tonight. I know that the nights have been very, very cold. As a matter of fact, very often I see people speak on Facebook and other social media. They say now I have a special fridge.
True.
They pass it water to a deep fridge. So I fully believe that this is why Doc has this kind of get-up. It's the coolest the cold weather Doc breaks in from. So I want to give Doc the benefit of the doubt, but anyway, I want to say good night to all our company tonight, and I know that we'll have a bumper show tonight, and I'm really looking forward, as Reece said, to, I know some of the things, but I'm looking forward especially to being interactive with the callers. Some people who have lived in the 60s and 70s and so on, to hear all of it. I know that people will have a lot to say. Stay by your telephones, stay with us on Facebook, and interact. We'll have a good time.
Definitely. Doc, them fellas them trying to they're implying that it's cold, you feeling cold, man.
well, listen. A man passed by me, the man said, if man didn't come, the man said, boy, you see a man up in Mardi Gras shoveling snow. No?
So
that man is sympathetic to the people in Texas. But he said, no, boy, you wear a psycho these days.
Yeah, but
sing a song about snow, but
yeah, but
it's like we okay this year.
no, but he didn't carry go already. It's just a matter of time.
It's no coming down.
Coming down. He coming down. Yes, he carry go. He coming down. So, guys, let me tell you something.
I just want to say, Godfrey, I just want to say, send greetings to all the people, all the our persons, regular listeners, Emma, the Susan, the Claudette, all those persons that are regular listening to us. I have some very important persons that I got some information from this week. Before I forget, I want to start one time saying, want to say hi to Mr. Delaney, Mr. Al Quinn, some of those persons. And just a word to the wise. Don't drink bush for people fever, boy.
Well, fellas, let me tell you something. I anticipate a great one because a lot of people been meeting me, and once they see a little promo, people like to show like a duck. So I anticipate people are by the telephones and they're waiting. Let me just say to you guys, when you're calling, please turn down the volume of your radio or your TV and listen to us on your telephone. All right? So don't listen to us on the radio or the TV. Turn the volume down. Listen to us on your telephone. That way the conversation would be nice and clear and we'll be able to hear you well and so on. All right? So we're looking forward to that. So guys, we're talking about the kind of medication and thing our grandparents used on us many years ago. As scholars say in the promo, nowadays is all kind of disilin and datilin and all kind of lin. But long time, you have a little sore foot, they conjure up the like a mixture, they put a little thing on that, and 2 toes, your sore get better. And in those days, sore toe was a big thing because a lot of fellas, they toe blind, so they bounce in their toe every minute. So your toe had to get hot water, you had to get basilicum, you had to get all kind of thing. So Skulls, tell us about your sore toe and your basilicum, no man.
I never had sore toe.
You never had sore toe? Everybody has sore toe.
Wait no, scholar. I can't believe you grew up as a little boy and Godfrey, what kind of boy you gave that?
I never had sore toe.
Why you had?
Nothing.
What's something wrong with you?
I had sore toes.
Yeah, many.
Anyway.
You're right.
Godfrey, even before we start the conversation, one thing that I want to say, and I let Doc jump in at some point in time very early because Doc does research, so I anticipate that Doc pregnant with it. So
I depending on colors. I depending on colors today to help us.
Well, I depending on them as well.
Finley, hold on. And Doc call some name for in the week. Yeah, them name call all yet.
Doc have his resource, and it's a good thing. But Godfrey, one of the things that I have noticed is that there are certain medications and so on that have stood the test of time.
Yes, indeed.
They were there in those times where we were speaking about before Gary and Marshall. They must be there before them. And up to today, they are still here with us. The only difference, though, is that they are watered down.
Yep.
To a large extent. A lot of the things now, like, and I'll shoot from the hip straight away. Canadian healing oil is a popular one, is a famous one, because Canadian healing oil, mind you, had multiple uses.
Yes.
So Canadian healing oil was the universal healer. Anything will happen to you. I know men with handbrake and so on already. And Canadian healing oil, I put it together. You wet with Canadian healing oil and you rub every morning and so on. Canadian healing oil, put that together. Then dog foot break, Canadian healing oil. But then Canadian healing oil also, they used to drink that. That is animals. It was a remedy for animals. I don't know what remedy, but I see me old man give dark Canadian healing oil and foul, when foul, droopy, the choose some Canadian healing oil in the water and give me foul, and so on. And Canadian healing oil is one that has stood the test of time because it's still there. The name seemed to suggest that it is something that came from Canada. But however, I do believe now with the kind of Canadian healing oil that I see, because I buy one just recently, I believe it's China they making Canadian healing oil.
Go to China, right? But let me tell you something. China making everything, eh? So everything. Doc might be able to help us out here.
No, I don't know much about Canadian healing oil, but like Scholar, I had a couple of food well enough. and I know they used to use Idoform mixed with Vaseline.
Yeah.
And they would put that on your foot. But Godfrey, I don't know what was going on then. I don't know if because we were always barefooted, but the quantity of cuts and bruises I had on my feet was, I mean, way out of proportion as compared to what you see now with some children growing up and the foot smooth.
But children don't play anymore, you know. We used to play. We running in the road. We doing all kind of. We going on the cocoa and pick up golden apple. We going out all over the place.
Godfrey, I ain't siding with you with that. Children play no.
But what they play?
Where they play?
Well,
exactly.
And what they play with?
Where they play now? What they play? Let me tell you something. I see children walking around and thing on the computer. There's a farm and they planting thing. But it's on the computer, they ain't going nowhere.
That's it.
So the kind of play that they play now, they can get caught and so to and thing that. So maybe that is why the Canadian healing oil ain't strong as before, because the Canadian healing oil people know they need strong Canadian healing oil for this anymore.
Because that ain't happening.
Yeah, you also remember you remember basilicum?
But of course I remember basilicum. Basilicum. I mean, huh? Basilicum, you used to put basilicum when if you have a sore or a boil or some kind of thing.
Yes,
Your grandparents getting a pepper leaf. They warm in the pepper leaf.
I know that. I just didn't know the name them.
They warm the pepper leaf. They put the basilicum. Sometimes they mix it with soft candle, and then you had a leaf. They get a boiled leaf. They used to boil it until it gets soft, and they make a paste. And you put that on the pepper leaf and you put that on your boil on your sore, and if you have, they tell you if the sore have water, it come it out. Yeah, it drain it out. It dry it out. So I mean those things they had and they worked. It worked. I mean you used to make your sore to get better.
And one thing this whole concoction with the pepper leaf and the whatever. When they put that on the boil, they call that a poultice.
A poultice, that's right, man.
Yeah, a poultice. A poultice. A poultice on your food there. And you had different kind of poultice.
Yes. Yeah, people, they mixed all different things. But you remember, Livingston, it was very common with the Soto. They had something called mocriocum.
Yes.
It's red.
Well,
you had mocriocum, but at sometimes you had this thing, and this was something they used to use a lot, like the feather. But the mocriocum,
yeah, you take a fall feather, yeah.
I used to have this thing like the feather. But also when that get broken or destroyed, they always used to use a fall feather.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you would dip it in the mocriocum.
It's fall feather, you dip the fall feather in the mocriocum and you paint the sore. No, that used to prevent sandfly. From going in this, well, actually, that's sandfly, musini. You know that musini?
Well, I know they used to say maggots.
No, man, a musini is a little bigger than a sandfly. Just a little. They like to play in sore and thing. Yes, so when you put the mocriocum, the musini, it keep it away the musini.
It keep it away, but they say mocriocum also used to help dry up and pull out the extra pus. Used to also help.
Right.
There is one guy, I don't know if you know, they used to call it gangate. It looks I don't know, I had to explain what it looked like, but it's also this very hard, you know, sometimes you have this pink, it looks like potato slip. It's something like potato slip.
That one is a bush?
It's a bush.
But,
So that is not something you get in pharmacy?
No, not pharmacy. There's a local remedy, gangate. It looks like something like potato, but it grows closer to like passion fruit vine. And then there's a one that and they use the same leaf as a poultice color, what you just mentioned it. And that used to help dry up the pus. And they say remove dry flesh. I mean, I think the idea with sorrow, everybody, that was the main thing, you know, for sorrow.
So let's move on from sorrow. Now, a very common thing.
You had a lot of sores on that side.
A very common, you had plenty sore in Chantimel. Chantimel had plenty sore. I mean, Tivoli had plenty sore.
Yeah, because you don't know why.
Why?
Chantimel, they used to say Chantimel people bad are sore. So. Chantimel full of bad man.
And Rosie tear the clothes.
Yes.
Let me don't go there.
Don't go there.
Let's not go there. So a very common thing used to happen with little children. They used to have griping. Now, how them parents knowing them children barely griping them? No, because there's a difference, with a gripe and a hot. If you barely hotting you, that's one thing. But if you barely griping you, it's a different thing.
Mm-hmm. Why is gripe?
Well, boy, it's a kind of feeling in your belly, you know. It's not hot. It's not hot. No, it's not hot. Because let me tell you, they had something.
Godfrey, gripe seem to have a slight sound, like there's a certain movement in your belly.
No, man, that gas, man. That gas.
It's not supposed to be gas.
That gas.
No,
gripe,
no.
Gripe is a different thing. No, hold on. Let me see if I can explain gripe. Because listen, they had something called gripe water, you know. They used to give babies gripe water. Yeah. If a baby, if you have a gripe, it making you twist like snake and thing, you know. But if you barely hotting you have to squeeze and kind of thing like that. Now somebody will come and explain the difference between gripe and hot, but I know it's different. There is a difference. When you gripe is something is a different kind of feeling you get in your stomach.
Okay.
But hot different. But you drink, they used to give you something they call glycerin when your belly griping you. Glycerin, yes. It kind of it's not glycerin, not glycerol.
They used to clean the baby's tongues with that, right?
Glycerin is
no man, not glycerol. Glycerol is some kind of thing like that. Yeah. You have a nice sweetish taste. It kind of, you know, and they give you that to drink, and that will pass the gripe.
Godfrey, I don't know the jury out on this one.
Well, somebody listen, man.
Godfrey, I don't know if you recall.
Hold on. Hold on, Doc. Reece coming here with Facebook.
Okay. We have quite a bit. Someone is saying colic, which is gripe.
Right.
When your belly button twisting, navel twisting. That is what they call gripe. Colin is saying burn the kerosene from the lamp to sap knee for arthritis pain. Yes. That's something. Vine that they used to feed rabbit with. That is something they used to use for I don't know what yet.
For rabbit.
Nutmeg and stuffed candle and bay rum make a poultice for chest cold. But remember they used to use camphor. They put camphor in a little white sack on your chest.
Right.
Camphor cheese?
Until they started telling us that is bad for the children's lungs.
Yes.
You have camphor ball and you have camphor cheese.
Yeah, camphor ball is to make your clothes smell nice. But camphor cheese is for...
The camphor, what they used to call a camphor block, which is like a rectangular
block of cheese.
Yeah.
Right.
And you still had Camphor Dial. If you remember, you have a song, sir.
But I could listen, man. Let me tell you, I tried the whole week to remember this song, and all I could remember is "And the Robbie with Camphor Dial." That's the tune, man. John Brown, baby, had a coal upon his chest. John Brown, baby, coal upon his chest. And the Robbie with Camphor. That's it.
So,
that is the song.
Sekou is talking about Boabande as an aphrodisiac. Aloe, saffron, and ginger. Jose said most of her injuries was from running and not paying attention. So I guess he's trying to defend that it's not necessarily sores, it's bruise. But I still maintain that y'all of that side of there had a lot of sores. Jose is saying that if you didn't have sores, then you had Masan too. Zavid said Vicks, Buckley's, White Rub, Iodex. These are all things that you get from, I guess, the dispensary. Who remember milk of magnesia?
Yeah, man, that's still around.
Well, I eat the block. I eat the block, and I eat the block like when my mother used to be having children, she used to buy the block. And I grew up eating the block, and I still eat the block up to today. It does nothing for me. I just like it.
No, but it's good for it helps you to go.
That's what I say, but
yeah, it helps you to go. It helps you to go.
What you have to do?
It helps you to go.
To go off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Godfrey, there was something that happened with us, and between you and I don't know if you remember, because I spent that summer one time studying bush medicine with Miss Kame.
Right.
And I don't know if you remember, your mama sent you by me. You don't remember that story?
My mother sent me by you? My mom sent me by you?
Yes.
To do what?
Because you had a belly issue.
You mean I had a belly issue?
Yes.
Tell us. What happened to the belly?
And then there was something we call Colavelo. You don't remember Colavelo? That was for belly problem. And I think right by Chalo and some land between us there. Obviously, you remember that. So there were two that was good for bellies. For belly stomach.
But I thought Colavelo was for cold.
When put Colavelo and Machiate, it's good for belly or guava spot. If you have belly ache.
But okay.
Colavelo is what the one that is the flat seed that sticks on your pants anytime you go to the bush, like really flat seed.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
The Machiate. A much finer one, and then people use guava spot. When Reece mentioned about the person with burn kerosene, so I think this needs to be explained. The kerosene that people use in the lamp, you take it off and you rub it on the devil. That kerosene used to be called burn kerosene. So a lot of people take the kerosene and go and try to burn it and then use it. But the kerosene that was used in the lamp, everybody understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. The kerosene.
That's what they used to call burn kerosene. So it was a fresh one, but that was used in the lamp. You use somebody remain. I'm hoping we could talk a little bit more about some of the medicine we used to get from the dispensary, because you see, if we start going into bush now, right. Bush is about 5 programs, you know. Okay.
So some of the things we used to go and buy. When you go to the pharmacy, you have to make sure you have your bottle, because in those days you can't go and buy your medicine on the shelf. Mr. Buckmeyer and them had to mix it for you, and Mr. Miller. Now, Scholar Mr. Miller probably had every medication you're gonna think about, right?
Yeah, these men were the real chemists. That is how you call chemists. You're a chemist now. I don't really know what they check out tablets and so on, and they write something on a paper and give you. But these men used to work hard. Them men had to get the proportions and so on right. So them men used to mix the thing. I don't know what used to come in, and then they mixing the thing for you, and everybody go to the bottle. And
so
they mix and
we had a program, I remember Chessup.
Chessup, yeah.
But Chessup was a real chemist. But guys,
that was them real chemist men.
Right, we're gonna come back to that. We need to take our first break, so let's take it now, and we'll come back in just a moment. Stay with us, folks. Don't worry, we have a lot in store for you.
Broadcasting from the top of Observatory Road, St. George.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening, viewers and listeners. This is the National Lotteries Authority's Daily Pick 3 evening draw. It is Friday, February 19th, 2021. I'm your draw hostess, Leslie Ann Johnson. Supervising the draw, Ms. Makiba Bain. She's representing PKF accountants and business advisors. As usual, just to give you a quick reminder, there are 4 different bet types in this game from which you can choose. They're called in line, mix, pair, and backup. It pays to play Daily Pick 3. Let's see if you are a lucky winner. Good luck to you. Okay, so here we go. Check your tickets. Our first number. That number is 0. The second number. 1. The final number. 7. So just to recap for the benefit of first number is 0. That's followed by 1. The final number 7. Once again 0, 1, and 7. If you are a lucky winner, congratulations to you. The play draw comes up next. We'll see you soon.
Tick, tock, toe. I win.
Feel like a big kid again when you play NLA's new scratch game, Tic-Tac-Toe. It's instant cash on the go. Reveal 3 X's or 3 O's in the same row, column, or diagonally, and win the prizes shown, or as much as $5,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play. Tic-Tac-Toe, please.
Give me a tic-tac-toe, please.
Tic-Tac-Toe, please.
Hello once again, this is the National Lotteries Authority's Playway Evening Draw. It is Friday, February 19th, 2021. I'm your draw hostess, Leslie Ann Johnson. Supervising the draw is Ms. Makiba Bain, representing PKF accountants and business advisors. So in this game, you can bet from $1 up to $10, or you can bet an increments on any number or any dream symbol of your choice, and being with a chance to win 24 times the amount you bet, $24 for every $1 spent. Value your dreams and win your way with Playway. So let's see if you are a lucky winner. Good luck to you. Our playway number for tonight is 8, the number 8, and that represents Spider. If you are a lucky winner, congratulations to you. Stay with us. The Daily Cash 4 is up next. We'll see you soon.
I'm a winner. You are winner. We are winners.
It's the big one. Grenada. Imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just 1 later ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money back symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch in stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Okay, so we're back with you. This is the National Lotteries Authority's Daily Cash 4 evening draw for today, Friday, February 19th, 2021. I'm your draw hostess, Leslie Ann Johnson. With me once again, Ms. Makiba Bain, representing PKF accountants and business advisors. In this game, you can choose any number from 0 to 9 in any of the 11 bet types offered. The tickets cost as little as $1, except backup. That costs $2. Small plays, bigger prizes. Let's play Daily Cash 4. Good luck to you. Alright, so here we go. Check your tickets. Our first number. 5, the second number. benefit offers number is 5, that's followed by 9. The next number is 5, and the final is 1. So that's 5, 9, 5, and 1. Congratulations if you are a lucky winner tonight. Stay with us. The lotto draw comes up at 9 o'clock. We're playing for $78,000. We'll see you real soon.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4 every day, with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes, twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
The Food Fair offers quality foods at affordable prices. Now, with our improved web store, you can make all your purchases from the comfort of your home. It's so simple, easy to log in and navigate, safe and secure transactions, and a quick checkout. All your grocery needs at your fingertips. Convenient and reliable. Food Fair, where you can fill your baskets without emptying your pockets.
Friendly faces, sweet exotic fruits, fresh veggies, local spices. Just what you find when exploring our bustling Grenadian markets on Fridays and Saturdays. That is why GBN, Maggie, and Just Cool Media have teamed up with the Ministry of Works to bring you Maggie Market Vibes. Meet the people that feed us, clothe us, and keep the economy going. Plus, get your Maggie seasonings and other products weekly at the best prices. Maggie Market Vibes, live from markets across the island, Saturdays from 9 to 11 a.m. on GBN television and social media platforms. Maggie Market Vibes. Your Saturdays are about to be turned up.
Kindly greasy pole, and we don't dance round the maypole.
Welcome back, folks. It's OUI Culture. Those of you just joining us, we welcome you. I want us to go straight to the Facebook page. We seem to be having a lot of comments. Reece, what you have for us?
Yes. Colin is saying that gripe water had alcohol in it. Winifred, her mother used to boil pumpkin blossom for the gripe. Jose is saying that caca jab was given when your belly gripe. Karen is saying that the kerosene on the belly for belly aches actually worked. Sekou is saying that pregnant women also ate a special kind of cliff. So that's in addition to the magnesia, the block of magnesia. Karen is talking about one that has me traumatized up to today. Sene and cast for washout. Sekou is talking about Misalba. That's something for washout too, right? Misalba?
Yes,
Bishop says that Constick was rolled over sprained ankles. It's painful. Then rubbed with soft candles, salt, and bandaged. I think I remember that Constick thing. Patsy, when you have sore, your parents used to crush white tablets and put on it, and it healed quickly, especially the capsules. I remember that too. I see my parents busting little gel capsules. Not a gel one. They had a lot of little fine stuff in it.
The antibiotics, yeah.
The antibiotic one.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Right.
The yellow and red.
Hannah saying, She remembers growing up as a little girl and always used to see her grandmother having a bottle in a corner. The color was kind of yellowish. Man, and that used to work, especially when your navel hurting. I recommend that it should be in every home. So recently I made it, but I didn't know all the ingredients. So I asked her, here's a recipe. Cloves of garlic, white rum, and antificita. Y'all pronounce the word for me.
Antificita.
Right.
We gonna talk about the proper thing just now.
Right. It goes by the name of kakajab. So it's the same thing that the person was.
Kakajab and antificita is the same thing.
Right. Jose is saying Mr. Miller has a classic, whatever is your complaint. Mr. Miller had a remedy, and it don't matter how the doctor writing was. Mr. Miller would read it, then he would go to the back with a brown bottle, and then he and all you can hear a little noise in the back when he brings you something and give you a price. And if you don't have what you want, he will give you something else he said will work the same. So he was a real chemist. Bishop is saying for asthma, live lizard that thrashed in coconut water to relieve difficult breathing. Apparently the lizard released Ventolin. Yeah, I've done that for my son, so I know. Hannah Plenty says that was recommended, but we don't know if I had it. Oh, she's talking about the lizard thing. Seku gentian violet for cuts and bruises. Tisan dubon to clean your blood. Misalva for washout.
Right. Let me just take a 2 on the WhatsApp before we come back. Someone is saying I remember the little flies that used to be on soul food. I'm not seeing it again. It's either it is extinct or there is hardly children with soul food. They say extinct. I like that. Then someone else said my mama used to warm it in a spoon with sugar over the lamp and give me to drink. I'm not sure what it is, but okay, all right, there we go. Right, if you eat mommy apple and cacabol in hot sun and it gripe you have to go find the skin to rub on your navel with burn kerosene actually. And then right, so that's what the person said. Their mom used to warm it in a spoon with sugar over the lamp and give them to drink. I ain't drinking no kerosene. Someone said salt butter mixed with Epsom salts to bring a boil to head and to help it drain. Right. Someone is saying, what's about Tizan de Dubois, Codal, Feral Compound? They say Multival 12, but I ain't gonna say that. What? Nutrifos, Complan, Beef Iron, and Wine. They were built up tonics. Alcopa, Bruclac, Sene, Cass, Sandbox, Stinking Toe, Miss Alba, Castor Oil were laxatives.
Yeah.
So that's it for here, for now.
Yep.
I remember when we had if an insect went into your ear, they used to warm sweet oil, they called it sweet oil, and pour a bit in your ear, and that would cause insect to stop fluttering, because a slight flutter in your ear is very painful. So that was one of the remedies that I remember as a child, the whole sweet oil warmed and poured into your ear for insects that went into it. Now we go to the ENT specialist.
All right. No, Scholar, your bushel ever fall?
Well, I'm going to ask Livingston that because the bushel never fall that.
Doc, if your bushel fall, how are they fixing it? How they bring it? How they putting it back up?
I just generally, Reece, you need help. Somebody could.
What's the bushel?
Somebody would, usually they would come behind, hold you behind your back, and then they would squeeze you hard, like in a joking manner. And hopefully that would bring it back. I know that I think that was one method. I don't know if I'm correct on that one. The jury's out. I'm not so certain.
Dr. Reece,
what is a bullshit? I don't know.
You know what a bullshit? Your bullshit. Okay, the what is referred to as a bullshit actually is the tip of your sternum bone. Now the chest, the center bone in your chest. That the ribs join. Now the end of it has it's kind of shaped like a little like the edge of a sword. So your grandparents would push their hand to see if they feel it. Now if they don't feel that, your bullshit fall. And if your bullshit fall, well, I mean, things are right. If your bullshit fall, things don't right. But if you get out, let's say you
male or female.
If you what?
Things don't bright for male or female.
Anybody? Everybody.
You're not treating me like a child here, so I'm trying to decipher.
Everybody have bullshit.
Okay.
Remember, because everybody have ribs, and your ribs join to that chest bone on the end. That is your bullshit. So you can't afford for your bullshit to fall. Now, if you go and raise heavy load, that will cause your
bullshit. Does it feel like a little ball? Does it feel like a little pointy?
You see, let me tell you something. No, I don't know what them people used to feel for, but I know what the bullshit is. I know the bullshit is the tip of the bone.
You see, God don't make him people with bullshit.
Godfrey, I always heard that a woman. I never thought that men bullshit first.
No, if you go and raise heavy load and thing on your bullshit, well, that was cause the bullshit to fall, you know. If you raise heavy load,
man, when with heavy load is something else.
No, you could get a number of things would happen. If a man raise heavy load, you could strain, you could get makuku, and your bullshit could fall.
I don't know about that with men.
Now, in the case of makuku, you just burn a fall feather.
You burn a feather,
and you're good to go. But if your bullshit fall,
I know about makuku. I don't know anything about burn feather. All who I makuku, they die with makuku.
Well, that's because but they probably didn't burn the fall feather. But yes, of course. But coming back to the thing, because I want us the whole idea about your bullshit falling and when you strain and kind of thing, you raise heavy load. They're giving you something to drink. Doc, you remember what they used to give you to drink?
No, that one I can't remember that one.
Scott, what they give you to drink?
Bully mass,
bully mass, of course.
Bully mass is for strain.
Yes, if you strain, if you fall and you strain, they give you bully mass to drink.
Well, I know bully mass is for strain, but I never thought like bully mass was for bullshit. So Godfrey, when I mentioned about going to your back and pushing you up, don't you know this? You never know about that turning into bullshit.
Yeah, well, I know that, but I know if you choke, they hold you in your back and they give you a good squeeze. And
no, when you choke in your back, they hold you and they cuff you in your back. They don't push up.
But it's supposed to hold you. If you choke, it's supposed to hold you from here in your back and give you a thing for the.
What you're talking about there, the holding from behind is the modern way. They teach you that in first aid. You go from behind and you kind of pump the stomach. But before was a good cuff in your back.
It's cough. There's a cough when people choke.
Yeah, I remember you had a fella in Tivoli. He happened to, your mom used to sell them 10 cents cake. He was in a certain tailor shop. And I don't know if he tried to saw the cake too fast, but the cake stick in his throat. And one of them tailors give him a cuff in the back. The cake fly out and hit a child in the road, and the child fall. No, serious. No, listen, this is serious thing, you know.
Yes.
Serious thing, yeah. I mean,
but that's what I know for choking.
We can't call them in the parang, but you know.
Godfrey, let me just say this. You and Livingston, both of you, I don't play the fools right. Let me tell you that straight up. Livingston give a story a little while, and from your demeanor, I get the feeling Livingston will tell you the truth. He say about he had to they said but
Livingston has always. No, but Livingston has always lied on me. You forgot Livingston. The first time Livingston come with a big time poem.
you and this cake thing and cake go quiet in everything.
No, that's true. That's true.
You are standing on a roll.
No,
that's my story.
No. I could tell you. Listen, the thing is, we can't call them in the pan, but I could tell you who it is. And I could tell you the tailor shop. I could tell you who give the man the cuff. I could tell you who get the cuff.
Yeah, but I don't believe the cake go quite the say the cake go right.
What happened?
I would like to, Godfrey, at the village of the bush, I really would like to hear what John Public.
Yes, hold on, before you go, you speak about the strain and the bushette and so on and so forth. And maybe somebody could call to say what is the difference, because some way, somehow, I find Godfrey kind of shaky with the bushette and the strain. If there was a difference between that bushette and the strain. But
no, there is a difference. No, I was just saying that sometimes you raise heavy load and you strain.
Right.
All your body hurting you strain.
And it was not just the remedy for those things, but how the process to apply the remedy as well. So you had, for example, a ninth. When you get a good ninth.
That was strain too?
That's for sure. You get a good 9 done. Or you could get a sap. You know that sap?
Yeah, they sap you. Somebody get like a beer rum and like a seawater and they sap you down and all kind of thing.
But they sap you with all kind of different things. Because there is 2 things I find that have stood the test of time as well. Alcolado and lime macao.
And you have to say the thing correct, eh? Alcolado glacial.
You use it? Alcolado glacial.
You have to say the thing correct. Alcolado glacial. But I find lime macao, no, not like before. He water down too. But Alcolado.
China.
The Alcolado glacial. Is the real thing. Right. So let's get our listeners involved. Let's go to the telephone and see who is with us. We Culture, good evening.
Hello, good night.
Good night, darling.
What's it?
Well, we there.
But I don't hear you talking about when you have babies and them baby can't blow all their fresh coal in their nose. How you take it out?
Well, you have to pull it out.
You have to pull it out.
It's just suck it out into the nostril.
Yeah, real parents suck out fresh coal from the children's nose. Yeah. I mean, I good on that. You understand? And then you have this thing they call shingles. They say you have to write in Latin, and the shingles try to cure. Yeah, but and then Livingston right, the bully mass is for when you are strained. Yeah, you bad clad blood inside you. You drink bully mass to get rid of that.
But let me ask you now, what is bully mass?
Bully mass is a thing used to have in Buckmeyer Pharmacy, but they closed down now, so I don't get there again. But quite in Trinidad, you getting that now. It's a little wrong thing, and it's like something like a Chinese something in it, you know. And then you put it in the warm water and you drink. When I used to drug bag of can that I used to drink, bully mass. Yeah, and then when children barely hurt them long time, they used to take burn kerosene from the lamp, rub all around your belly. Sometimes you don't want to go to school, you say your belly hot and you burn kerosene. You have to smell kerosene, you know. Yeah, and them things used to work. Even the A's, when you have Eric, he had his bush, you write in your name on the bush, and you put it, and the leaf, and you put it down in a book and it used to grow. You warm in that same bush and squeeze it in your ears. I have that right in front of me, Adi. You squeeze it in your ears. Yeah. The other day, sugar is trying to attack me and I drink it to it, bring it right on to 22. And then I had the Vicks again, the Vicks leaf. People just drink that for cold and all this kind of thing on them too.
Yes.
Yeah, you rub all yourself with the Vicks leaf. It's strong, you know, it's stronger than the Vicks. Yes, that's when you pass in, you'll get a plant. But don't put it in this sugar, okay? Anyway, good night. And we see you looking special tonight.
All right, thank you very much.
Get that check out later.
Yes. I was always I heard about bully mass, you know, but I never knew what bully mass was. Never knew what it was. So
we neither.
Now we hear what the bully mass is all about. Yeah.
But Godfrey, I wonder really, what is the science and the biology behind this kerosene, this bone kerosene?
I have no idea. But I do believe that these people, they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing, because I remember too. They used to like if you get a cut, they would put spider's web on the cut. No, I never understood why until I turned big man. But spider's web has a coagulant. It causes the blood to clot, so it stops the bleeding.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a lot. They knew these things. How they did, I have no idea.
But you also know when they get someone get a juke like a nail, particularly a prickle, you would use the belly of cockroaches.
Yes, I've heard that.
Try to pull out the prickle from your juke.
Let's go back to the telephone.
Okay.
OUI Culture, good evening. Hello.
Good night.
Good evening, yes.
Godfrey, what's about this when you had griping? They used to use the block, camphor block, to put it in water, and the castor oil bush. And what's about when you have a strained foot, and they have to soap it out the blue soap and give you a corn stick? That was the man.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much. Yeah, I know the corn stick. I always felt that corn stick didn't use to help now. I find it used to make the strain worse.
No, boy, Godfrey, joking.
Corn stick?
Yeah, boy.
But this thing is so hot, you know.
Corn stick with blue soap. You have a strain in your foot, and they use the corn stick with blue soap. When tell you that used to make you pee in your pants by the next day.
Yeah, my grandmother corn stick my foot already, you know. And I know that go through, you know.
I get corn stick from me relief, trust me, that work.
If it's today, is abuse you.
Yeah, you're good. You're jailing that, you know. Let's go back. Let's go back to the telephone. OUI Culture, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
I'm not hearing you talking about cutlet at all. Cutlet. You know what a cutlet?
We're trying to talk a little bit more about the medicine, because next week we intend to speak about bush.
What about when you have a baby and the milk break up and it cannot come through the breast? You know what you have to give them to drink? You know white ven? White ven, that male and that female. The male leaf rough, but the same purple, but the male leaf is more purple than the female. The female is the leaf of the white ven smooth. I give her lady one time because the milk couldn't come through the breast, and I give her some white ven, and then she get the milk melt and come straight through, and the child get enough milk to drink. Right?
All right, thank you very much.
And besides that, do you know when you have a cow take 9 months to bring a calf, but human take 9 months. If you don't want milk from the cow, and when you want milk, you have to know what to do to get milk. You tie the calf at night, but far away from the mother. But if the calf get away in the night, next morning when you go, you don't get no milk. Because my father used to with cows. So I know all about that. You telling me about it?
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot indeed. All right. It's just about 9 o'clock, so let's take our final break, guys, and we're going to come right back. Stay with us, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with you in just a moment.
A great man once fed a multitude with 5 loaves and 2 fish. Imagine what you can do today with a Lotto jackpot. Be in it to win it with the National Lotteries Authority's Lotto jackpot of $78,000. Lotto. Play and win a lot of money.
Good evening, viewers and listeners. This is the National Lotteries Authority's Lotto draw number 3178 for today, Friday, February 19th, 2021. I'm your draw hostess, Leslie Ann Johnson. Supervising the draw is Miss Makiba Bain. She's representing PKF accountants and business advisors. So we're playing for $78,000 tonight. But of course, before we select our 5 winning numbers, we'll select the free ticket letter. So our free ticket letter for tonight is E as in Eagle. Check to see if it matches that on your ticket. If it does, of course, you can claim your free ticket at your outlet of purchase. So we'll now select tonight's 5 winning numbers for $78,000. Good luck to you. Number is 9, second number. Second number is 4. Tonight's third number. So have your tickets out in the meantime. That number is 34. Tonight's fourth number. 32 and fifth and final number. That number is 2. All right, so let's just recap for your benefit. We'll start with the free ticket letter. That is E as in Eagle. And our 5 winning numbers for $78,000 are 909, 404, 34, 34, 32, 32, and 202. If you are a lucky winner, congratulations to you. Continue supporting the National Lotteries Authority. Have a great night.
By now, you should know that the early bird catches the worm. So, what are you waiting for? Put wings to your feet and head to your nearest scratch seller. For every Quick 7's scratch ticket you buy at $2, the NLA gives you 7 chances at winning as much as $7,000. Scratch the entire play area for your 7 chances at revealing as much 7s and win the corresponding prizes. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
The Food Fair offers quality foods at affordable prices. Now, with our improved web store, you can make all your purchases from the comfort of your home. It's so simple, easy to log in and navigate, safe and secure transactions, and a quick checkout. All your grocery needs at your fingertips. Convenient and reliable. Food Fair, where you can fill your baskets without emptying your pockets.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
For your education.
for your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Friendly faces, sweet exotic fruits, fresh veggies, local spices. Just what you find when exploring our bustling Grenadian markets on Fridays and Saturdays. That is why GBN, Maggie, and Just School Media have teamed up with the Ministry of Works to bring you Maggie Market Vibes. Meet the people that feed us, clothe us, and keep the economy going. Plus, get your Maggie seasonings and other products weekly at the best prices. Maggie Market Vibes, live from markets across the island, Saturdays from 9 to 11 a.m. on GBN television and social media platforms. Maggie Market Vibes. Your Saturdays are about to be turned up.
Kindly greasy pole, and we don't dance round the maypole.
Welcome back, folks. Of course, Reece, any other comments on Facebook before we go back to our telephone? Your microphone, Reece? Your microphone, yes.
Sorry about that. We have a few. We have Sekou has contributed beef iron and wine tonic. I don't know what that was used for, but it's a combination, it seems. Jennifer Lyons is saying, my husband is Grenadian and I love watching and learning about culture. We've been married for 20 years and now teaching our son the culture. We've been to Grenada several times. Stay strong, friends. Well, thank you for listening, Jennifer, and participating. Jose Ernesto, if you were strained from lifting something heavy, they will give you bulamas. No, is it bulamas, bulimas? Which is it?
Bulimas. How is it?
Okay.
Jose have to be careful how you pronouncing that thing.
Yeah, like
you have to be careful. Bulamas.
Bulimas.
Bulimas.
He's saying, when your bushes fall, they wrapped you with brown paper and rub soft candle on it. And it is saying that when it falls, they put a belladonna plaster in your back and on the chest to balance it back. Bishop Aberdeen has contributed high milk maneuver if you are choking.
Yeah.
Right. Emmanuel is saying bitter fence was used for asthma. Jose, saffron was used also as remedies. Rian, they said it helps to clot the blood. I think that's the spider web. Jose Ernesto is saying bulamas was made by older folks in the village. I never knew it was something you buy, but something they made in a calabash. No, my friend, Medea Augustine, said, I really cannot participate tonight because I'm still trying to figure out how they come up with the name Bulimas. Laughing out loud. Emmanuel, to put the bushes in place, they anoint you from your belly towards your chest to put it back in place. Jose again, from playing football, I get a sprained foot, and my grandmother got some warm water, a black soap, corn stick. All I knew, she soaped my feet and worked that corn stick in the ankle, joined for a good 3 to 4 minutes, have me screaming the top of my lungs in a lock, so I could not pull my feet from her after rubbed down with Iodex, and the next day my feet was good to go. Emma is saying, I had this problem as a child. One lady by the name Miss Comfort put it back in place. I guess it's a falling of the bushes. That's it for social media for now.
All right. Someone is saying, Godfrey, my aunt used to heat a knife and hold it over your groin to cut a gland. Yes. Remember if you have gland and thing? Gland is a hot real bad, eh?
Yes.
And they said, and when a child fell, they would stretch it by holding the child upside down over a pail of water. I never hear that one yet.
I never hear about a pail of water. You the child slip straight down, you know.
They said, good night. The bushet is really your diaphragm, which separate the chest cavity from the abdominal cavity. No, your sternum bone. Anyway, for fixing the bushet, a warm guacano leaf placed over the chest and a drink of bulimas. A warm young fig leaf was tied. A warm young fig leaf was tied to your head for headaches. Yeah, I know about that one. What else we have? A hot fork was used to bring down the swollen glands on your legs. When one attends a funeral and go home after 6, tell you to enter backward. Well, I got to get the superstition now, so we go hold back on that one. That's for another program. Someone said you can also crush a garlic and tie it on a nail juke. Livingston, you made reference to that earlier. And then someone is asking, they said they would like to know about Malkadi and marasmus. Scholar, you know it's Malkadi?
I don't know it's Malkadi.
Reece, you know it's Malkadi?
I've heard the names.
Doc, what's about you? Doc, you know it's
State of Madness.
Malkadi? No, man. They're not Malkadi. Malkadi, they're Malkadi.
Malkadi is when you're having feet.
When you have feet, it's like Malkadi, yeah.
Right.
There was somebody made mention about Maljo.
Yeah.
Doc, what is Maljo?
Well, Maljo is basically when a child or a plant cannot growing properly. So you say you give the child Maljo, you know the child is in a state of underdevelopment. so
how you fixing Maljo?
And you're supposed to put a red, was it a red clot?
Well, that to prevent Maljo.
That to prevent it.
But if you fix Maljo,
pipe, smoke.
You have to smoke the child. You have to burn garlic leaf and thing and smoke the child.
No, but the older ladies also used to smoke the pipe. When that child a Maljo, you bring that child and they puff the smoke.
They blow it. Okay.
Yeah, they blow it out on the child. That Maljo God.
I know my grandmother smoked my sister with over. You get a coal pot and you light it and you put a set of garlic skin or all kind of thing and you smoke the child over that to prevent Maljo.
Yes.
Right? People watching the child too much, the child getting Maljo. But what really was Maljo? Actually, Maljo was I will just for information, it was a protein deficiency, which is scientifically called kwashiorkor. So the child belly used to get big, and the child looking small. So it was actually a protein deficiency, but they call it Maljo. So
Godfrey, that was not Maljo.
Yes, that's Maljo.
No, man.
I tell you, yes, that's Maljo. What's Maljo? Tell me what's Maljo.
I don't know it's Maljo.
I tell you what's Maljo. That was Maljo.
That no Maljo. Maljo is a blight.
Well, yes, but listen to me. Of course it's a blight. But I mean, if you have a child and the child belly just big and the rest of the child small, then a blight.
Yeah, but
that's Maljo.
It's not them kwashiorkor. Kwashiorkor is kwashiorkor. Listen to me.
Well, they didn't know the name.
Different things, but are the same symptom. Don't tie up them older folks thing. Kwashiorkor, this big long word thing you're talking about it. I not Maljo. Maljo is when people watch children and they envy children because
the child is to get.
What is the symbol? What is the outward scholar? What is the outward manifestation of Maljo? That kind of underdevelopment.
Yes, exactly. The child is kwashiorkor. The child is to look, underdeveloped. No, Livingston is not right.
The outward manifestation of Maljo is Maljo.
Listen, let me tell you something. Miss Kame, Nen Kame used to do all of that. When smoke children, you know, Nen Kame Livingston, she was.
Well, she was a medic in the community, yes. And seriously, those scholars don't think I knew I spent one of my summers. I went to study who should Miss Kame. Just take down notes. I think I was probably still in primary school.
No, Miss Kame, you will think Miss Kame was the original bush doctor. Let's go to the telephone, guys. Let's go to the telephone. We Culture, good evening. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. Go ahead, please.
Godfrey.
Go ahead, please, caller. Go ahead.
Hello. Godfrey.
Caller, go ahead. Listen. Go ahead.
Yeah. What you say is Maljo. That is Maljo.
All right.
Yes. What you say is Maljo. That is Maljo. When your belly big, your foot thin. That is Maljo. They bring you by an old lady, and that lady smokes the pipe and she blow it in your head, and the Maljo go. The Canadian Indian oil now, you could drink the Canadian Indian oil if you have a cold with a little brown sugar in it. Right? Not too long ago, maybe about a year and a half ago, I drank that. A spoonful of Canadian Indian oil with some brown sugar, cold gone. Right?
So you had Maljo?
I'm talking about if you have a little cold for the Canadian Indian oil. Right?
Okay.
And if you get a nail joke, the quickest thing to heal that nail joke is a piece of salvage skin and tie it with blogger stock. Pull up blogger stock with a little water in it and tie it on it. Next day, nail joke close up and you gone again. Okay? Right.
All right. Thank you very much. Let me see what else. Someone was saying here. Godfrey, Maljo was a jealousy, bad mouthing children. Lord, the baby nicely, then sometimes the baby would vomit Wait. Don't tell me I lost it. Right, yeah, the baby would vomit, cry, and excrete green.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let me ask. My question is, how bad I could make a child vomit green?
But it was
a belief. Godfrey, it was a belief that your child looked well. It was a belief that your child looked well, and somebody jealous that child. So the negative energy they portray affected the child. So in order to prevent that negative energy.
No, what Godfrey is giving is the scientific explanation or the biological explanation. And it might very well be, except that how do you explain, Godfrey, that a child has a protein deficiency? What tobacco smoke could do?
Well, exactly.
What tobacco smoke
in the same right. No, you see, but you see, no, I agree with you. And hence the reason I asked the question, how bad I could make a child vomit green?
Why? How can I afford anything you saw?
No, but scholar, don't mix up the scientific, because
you would.
Evil spell.
If you try to mix it, you ain't gonna know it. We just accept it for what it was.
Let me accept the mystic part of it.
Of course, definitely.
Mystic.
Let's go back to the telephone. We culture. Good evening.
Good night, Godfrey.
Yes.
Yes, so I believe you what you're saying about the guy that get choked with the cake, and the fella hit him back. Hit him back, and the cake pitch. Because that happened. No, listen, that happened with me already before, right? You know, I was eating.
Don't be not pitching not cake.
No, it wasn't cake. I was beef, and the beef can go down. Right? And I told my brother, give me some cough in my back. More cough, the beef can pitch out. Then he tell me, put me hand in my throat. And when I put my hand in my throat, then the beef go and it pitch out. Right? So then I believe you with the cake go and hit some fellas in the road. And then before I leave you, I'll tell you, well, Chrissy catch you tonight. Right? Because when you talk to she first, she answer we. We mean yes, and that's in patois and French. So maybe she ain't even know how she answer, and you ain't even know. So then let me leave it there right now until next time.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
You get some support there.
Godfrey, hold on, man, with that bag.
But no, that's true, buddy. See, let's go back to the telephone. We culture. Good evening. Hello. Good evening.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yes, Maljo, let's say, Maljo is called, they say, when people have grudge eye, and they watching your child, and they watching your child, and then they give like your child bad mouth, like, so then the child start getting sick with fever, and then the child start vomiting and messing green. And they say that people that have grudge is people that eat their mess, like people that eat their mess when they were small, so then that make them have grudge eye. And then they... What?
All right.
Okay, caller, thank you very much. Thank you. Let's go back to the telephone. We culture. Good evening.
Good night.
Good evening.
Godfrey, when they talk about this bullshit, they use salt, butter, and lard, they mix it, and then they use a good anointing, and then they take the index finger and shove it up the bottom.
Okay, thank you very much. Butter and
salt, butter.
And another, if you get a conky,
Yeah.
You put salt butter on it, or if you get a bus mouth, and we used to call it cake butter, the red butter.
The salt butter for like cuts, when you get cuts by rusty stuff and thing, you use the salt butter on the cut. Yeah.
Definitely. Let's go back to our telephone. We Culture, good evening.
Listen, citizen, greetings.
How are you doing?
Quite all right. Listen, what we call here maljo. In South America, it is called, and listen to this, and you will get the pronunciation, mal de ojo. MALDEOJO, where the J sounds as an H in the Spanish language.
All right.
Oh,
understand? Mal de ojo is a superstitious belief. When people, it translates into evil of the eye. Mal, evil. De of the eye. So when it is a belief that people gather this impression that whenever you have a young baby and someone comes and charms the baby, and oh, how beautiful it looks, or he or she looks, and whatnot, that they cast this, and someone just used the word, it is grudge, envy on the baby. But it is a belief. If a child is defecating green and all of the else, it has to be something else. Mal de ojo in Spanish is what we call maljo, and if you really assess it well, that's what it means. But it's superstition. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, citizen.
Thank you, caller. That was very informative.
Someone is saying some people have bad countenance, also known as pig spirit, and it affects children and make them sick.
Okay. I have some from social media here. David is asking, who remember Kreftworm and deer horn?
Yes, man.
Yeah, Sekou said that rosemary bush was used for maljo. Curlin is saying somebody watch a child bad eye and that's why he has maljo. Nenen Kame used to do that. Godfrey, you know who Nenen Kame is?
Livingston teacher.
Miss Kami was good at maljo, so it wasn't your teacher. Okay.
Not Doc.
Jose Honesto is saying, don't forget limacol and alcohol was used to rub you down when you're having the flu. Bishop is saying Malmo is an evil eye. I think he meant Maljo.
Maljo, yeah.
Maljo, yes. So that is what a caller was explaining. Is someone bad talk on your child. Sonia is saying this is malnutrition, not Maljo. The whole thing with a child with a big belly and skinny legs and stuff like that. Curlin is saying marasmus and kwashiorkor protein and carbohydrates deficiencies manifested by skinny legs and arms and large bellies. She's saying that I guess that's what maljo is. Monica is saying when people have bad eye and watch your child, they give them maljo. Scholar is right. Angela, that's from Angela. Maljo was bad eyes and bad mouth on the child. Jose is saying maljo was when you have a child and everyone, after speaking about a child, so your parent will pin something on that baby that they made so that a child wouldn't get maljo. He said that we are mixing up malnutrition with maljo. It's different. Maljo, grudge eye is negative energy. Give the baby diarrhea and fever. The vitamins deficiency is big belly and thin foot. That's malnutrition. So just explain the difference. Maljo is evil eyes. Look at your baby. I thought it was a French word. For maljo, you have to pin blue garlic and camphor on the child to prevent the evil eyes. Yeah, so that's it.
Finley,
I think I'm convinced now that maldeojo is different from malnutrition.
Godfrey, that is a real mouthful, you know. And some of the things, as I asked before, I mean, the carrots, not the belly, smoking and so on. And if the smoking used to work, then it means that, or it could have just been coincidental that it worked. But if the smoking worked, then we know it's not nutrition thing. And then you have some funny things, because somebody I think mentioned at some time Vicks. Vicks is one that has also stood the test of time.
Yeah, man.
And there is also Vicks Formula 44.
Yeah, that's the one you're drinking for the cold.
Right. But Vicks is a thing. A doctor tell me that he's a big doctor. He studied years to doctor. And anytime he catches the cold, and he go by his old mother, she rubbing below his foot with Vicks, and cold flying. No, yes. What is this science? But why is this science about Vicks below foot?
Let me tell you, my grandmother, if we had the cold, she rub your chest, your back, under your foot, she put some in your nose, in your 2 nose hole, and then she take a little piece on your finger and you have to swallow it.
Yes, I know that.
Yes.
But what is it? I mean, this thing, what is it? Because the doctor tell me he for himself don't know what is the science behind rubbing below foot with Vicks. But all he know he rubbing below the foot with the Vicks because his mother say that he's a big doctor and the cold going, you know.
Well, I tell you, look,
so that is why the smoking of the child, the Maljo go.
Yeah,
talking about the science to justify it.
Yeah, sometimes it just was science to justify it.
Yeah,
you never know.
All right, let's see who's with us again on the telephone. We Culture, good evening. Hello.
Hello, good night.
Good evening. Go ahead, please.
Scholar, you're quite right because I does it every night. Scholar, you're quite right. I does it every night. I fix it on my foot. It's very good.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. I didn't get that one.
No, he said
you're quite right.
Yeah, he said you're right because
under the food, it works.
No.
Yes.
Let's go again. We Culture, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening, caller. Go ahead.
Yes, concerning gas and so on. And this is on a whole from biblical. For the stomach sick, you take a shot. Paul told Timothy to do it. Okay,
I like that. That's a classic. That's a classic one.
Yeah, no, but let me tell you, it is serious because you know, there was a time when brandy was a big thing with people's sickness. You get sick, they give you a shot of brandy.
Right.
You get some brandy. Even when people, I know what sometimes people who have little whatever issue, they give them a shot of brandy.
Yeah.
And if the brandy had something special, unlike the other rum, but brandy, you know, something about brandy. You used to always get a shot of brandy to get you going. Let me see what I have here. Somebody, we gonna get to that. Somebody asking about Mama Malady and Ligaro. We'll get to that. There's a couple programs. Let's see what we have here. Someone is saying, nothing. Oh, because when you catch the cold, it starts under your foot. So I guess they're saying maybe that's the reason why you rub under the foot. So I don't know. They're saying when the cold starts under your foot, you just start. I don't know your nose.
I don't even know. Under your foot. You are cold under your foot.
Yeah, but let me tell you, people are cold all about you. The cold does move you. The cold go in your back in you.
Godfrey, they don't call arthritis and the cold.
Listen, cold does go all about. Yeah.
Cold does get blamed for all kind of things.
It's a cold you have.
Cold does get blamed for things in the body. It's cold and gas.
The gas go up in your head. The gas go down your foot.
Coal and gas all about.
And how you fixing gas? How you fixing gas? If a bad gas hold you, why you drinking for that?
But the best thing they say is to use some they go play hot water and drink it. That should be able to help you. But you're supposed to be doing it on a regular basis. But Godfrey, for an athlete, one of the better things to do is to get rid of some of the residual air that's settling in your lungs. So the best way to get rid of gas is to do some extensive exercising.
Yeah.
Cardio, that would make you get tired. And usually when you get rid of the excess residual air that stays in your lungs, because there are some that settles in your lungs. And when you could get rid of that, if you are caused by Pascal, would know that, Godfrey, but you run at a certain distance and you're really gasping for breath. You feel your stomach hurting you, and that is when you have to keep on going. It exchanges that air that stays there that never seems to move. But on a regular basis, I think the better thing to do is regular hot water.
It is all right.
But
right now, I running for all the time, all you run when I young. I don't bother with all you. When you run on a gas, when I run on gas, will me bar me below me reach level.
Nice way, yes.
I can run again.
You have to run it out, Scholar.
Run it out?
Yes.
At that age of day, run out with. You're crazy.
Let's go back. Somebody say orange peel and ginger.
Yeah.
Then somebody else, Livingston, your partner Ashley come and say young cocoa leaf is best for cold in the chest.
Young cocoa leaf?
Yeah, what Ashley say?
No cocoa.
Ashley do that. Ashley, wherever I get cocoa leaf good for chest. Let's go back to the telephone. We Culture, good evening. Hello. All right, well, callers, please, we're asking you again. When you call, turn the volume of your radio or television down and listen to us on your telephones. All right, if you don't do that, it creates a problem. You won't hear us well and you'd be a little confused. Let's go back to our telephone. We Culture, good evening.
Yes, good night to you.
Go ahead, please.
The panel, yes. I don't know if you already know about I see you all as young people. I know you all know about leech. I think it lives in swamps, and in the olden days, they used to use it to draw out maybe bad blood from your knee or any part of your body. They would get that leech from the swamp or ravine, and they would put it on your foot. If it's on the knee, and that leech will walk all over the knee, all over, and then when you find the spot, steady and it draw out all the blood. And when the blood comes out, it's black, and then it gives you a healing. I don't know if you all heard about leech.
Yes, we have. Thank you very much.
And just before I go, and another thing about cup. Remember cup? Giving somebody a cup.
Yes.
On your knee also, you get that a little cup, like a little bowlie, those little bowlie. You get a little bit of rum, and you get a razor blade, and you hold up the skin from it, and you just give it a little gash, and you light the cup with the rum, and you clamp it down, and then you pull out all the bad blood also from your foot. So that is the old time, but it was good in those days. It was really good. Right,
thank you very much, Scholar. Yes, indeed. Scholar, you all heard about the leech, right? The leech. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Actually, only today I was doing a little reading on that, and what they said was, I mean, even now it is still, because they refer to it now as medical leech. They say it has something. It removes clot blood. But it also releases some kind of substance that prevents the blood from clotting, so it helps the blood to flow, and that creates healing. But I have seen there was a gentleman, I don't remember his name, but my grandmother had the arthritis, and when the knee swell, like when there was fluid in your knee, they would bring the leech and put it there, and I've seen it done. Yes, and also the cup that the lady spoke about. I have seen it done. Let's try the phone again. We Culture, good evening.
Godfrey, good evening. How you doing?
Very good.
All right. Godfrey, long time when people used to walk bare feet going in garden and thing, and the mud all in their toes, they used to develop a fungus, and they used to call it shofi. And they used to put a thing called idoform on it. You know about that?
Yes.
Right. Mr. Livingston, good night.
Good night.
All right. Thank you very much.
Somebody was just telling me that one of the best things they knew for gas was ginger.
Yeah.
And if you recognize, ginger is becoming quite popular now. Ginger and lemon for a lot of ailments. But just following on the last caller, we recognize a lot of the things that were very common ailments, sicknesses before. We do it's no longer with us. It's no longer with us. So I guess it's changing lifestyle. We have been able to eradicate some of the sicknesses, like what that woman say, what shofi?
Yeah. Shofi used to be in drain and things. You used to see them.
And people used to have a lot of gall and
all them kind of things.
And
lice
and them kind of things.
Let me ask you, when people had lice, they used to go in the pharmacy and buy something. What they used to buy? Scholar is supposed to, Mr. Miller probably used to sell that.
I know.
Right.
Is that something they used to call blue butter?
No,
yeah, and you rub it in your hair and so on. It gets rid of the lice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that one.
Yeah, about that blue butter. You get the blue butter and you rub it in your hair and good to go.
But Godfrey, there are a few things too. Like people used to say, well, you have bile. You have what about mums?
Now these things on them, they're gone, man. You get vaccinating.
Yes.
Only for this thing on them.
Everything gone.
Remember, this vaccine and them now they step up on what you getting only as children, as a baby and thing. Some of them is for all this kind of thing.
Yeah, you're getting vaccine for polio, all kind of whooping cough, all kind of thing. Yeah.
No, because dog used to get the mums, dog do have mums again. Like the mums.
So dogs get vaccinated too.
Dogs does get the jab.
Right now they just get dog thing, Dog does have a little substance. Right now dog gets sophisticated.
Listen, they have immunization cards,
Yeah, dogs are.
But dog immunization card.
Dog is big thing. Only tonight in the news, I saw the what you call them is, I forget the name. Dog protection people. GSPCA. Some video with some woman that was dragging a dog until apparently it was unconscious for how much time, and apparently they're moving to take action.
Dog is not dog again. A man tell me, come out and come up and bring the dog going thing. The dog want to get an ultrasound. People can get ultrasound. I say, why?
Let's go back to the telephone. We Culture, good evening. Hello?
Hey.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, caller, go ahead.
Good evening. Right. I want to commend you all. I mean, you all bringing back some real good medication. Real good medication. No, what happened is I want to refer to the word pharmacy and dispensary. No, and there's a mixture there because what used to happen, the men could be called dispensers, and that's pharmacists. And what we have as pharmacies now used to be called dispensaries. However, this whole thing about old-time medication, we take it sort of jovially, but it has some seriousness about it that we mustn't overlook. Now, for instance, a while ago, the leech, You are getting them right now in some of the pharmacies. You could get leech to perhaps you have to have a doctor's prescription. I don't know. But I know there are some leech. But I like the stories about men, those dispensers. When you came to them in those days, they climb up a ladder, pull down a little demijohn. They had a little scale at the back there. They had this kind of a stove where you're pumping some kerosene and they're boiling some water and they measure it in some kind of beaker and they shake it there. Remember, especially when school is about to reopen, lots of children line up in the surgery and wasn't already and these kind of fellas, they're giving you this thing to drink. And I could remember that children used to pass out worms in the nose, in the mouth, and things like that. These medications used to be real good. And I commend you all very much for bringing these things alive. Because we have a lot of controversy now. People come in with the opinion and they're using it as facts. They haven't studied it, but they're using it as facts. But often enough, those medications that we sometimes laugh at, and some doctors don't connect with it, they are very, very good. And we got very good results. I heard somebody spoke about this thing about the corn stick. Well, I know that could work good because I remember once I'm playing some football and something happened to my ankle. And this lady treated with this corn stick, rub it and so on and so on. And if I tell you, close my eye, I wasn't watching it. But I know it worked very well for me. And it worked very well for a number of guys that I came across. So I ask you all very kindly.
Thank you very much, caller. Thanks a lot indeed. Reece, anything on Facebook?
Yes. Alistair Thomas is saying, what about the leech the people used to put in the affected part to take out the cold? I think the area used to be cut and they used to do the ritual. Hannah is saying, I get rid of fever easily. To get rid of fever easily, you slice onion and place it in the center under your feet with socks on. I think this is used up to today. Yeah, Hyacinth is saying under the feet is a central area for catching cold. Jose is saying castor oil for worms. When you have a bad cold on your chest, especially when you are wheezing.
Wheezing,
yeah.
Wheezing. Sorry. Especially when you are wheezing. My grandparents used to give us shark oil mixed with honey, and you will throw up the cold and a good Vicks rub after. I think Jose is so trying to give us a dialect here. I got lost for a little while there. Yeah, Bernard John is saying long ago people used to catch the cold when you cut your hair, not to go and bathe. You will catch a cold. If rain wet you, you will catch a cold. No, cold is a virus. You know, I'll speak about that in particular just now. Alistair Thomas, yes, the leech. A lady in my area used to do that leech thing. Caller, you bring back memories growing up as a child. Okay, you're speaking about a caller. You hardly hear about leech now. Hannah is saying that, but then the caller said that you could actually go purchase now. Curlin is saying leeches are used in modern medicine here on North America and other parts of the world. Emma is saying Miss Cami used the leech to treat waist pain. They used to say you have bad flesh. How those bad flesh came about? Yeah. Growing up, I used to hear like my sister had bad flesh because things didn't go that easily on her. Yes.
No, your soul can get better.
Yes. Alistair is saying moms from young puppies, they used to say. Jose is saying sulfur was used to treat ringworms. Medea, please don't make fun of animal lovers. We matter, laughing out loud. Or pets matter, laughing out loud. I don't want to get Nala started on that one. Annette is saying ringworm, the remedy was roasting a ripe lime on the ashes on the fireside and squeeze the worm juice, on the affected spot. Anastasia is saying they used to tie tobacco leaf under your chin for moms. A dog make the news. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's move on. Jose saying Dr. Japal was a favorite for that. You went to him for something else, and he will give you an Antipa to drink for the worms.
Antipa.
Vinegar and salt for pain in the joints. Al-Kupa for worms. Well, they used to give us Mentizol for worms.
Antipa. How about Antipa?
I got Al-Kupa today from a guy that actually worked in the pharmacy.
You are once, Livingston?
No.
Well, I thought you had worms.
I'm gonna just walk in the pharmacy some years ago when the dispensary did. 30 odd years ago, we talked about Al-Kupa. And he said that was for hookworms in particular. That's okay.
All right. Somebody said...
And you got hookworms from fruits that have fallen on the ground.
Yeah.
But unwashed. Yes.
Unwashed. Okay.
Right. Someone is saying when you're stammering, old people used to say give them water in brigo shell. And if you had bad perspiration, put bread under your arm. First of all, hear about that one.
Warm bread.
Warm bread?
Yeah, they used to say put warm bread.
Well, first of all, hear that one.
Put warm bread under your arm. But the best thing for that is made with lime and goose.
Yeah, well, definitely. Let's go back to the telephone. We Culture, good evening.
Yeah, good night.
Good evening.
Yeah, good night to you and the other host. A few things. Some of the things I wanted to say, other people have said it already, so I'll just stick to a couple. One is that, do anybody there on the panel remember what shoemaker wax used to be used for?
Shoemaker wax?
Shoemaker wax?
Yeah, shoemaker wax.
To line the twine when you sew in the shoes.
Yes, but it also you should use as something for healing. For instance, if you got a joke, a nail joke or something like that, and your foot acquired a pulse, to water, you walking bare feet. In order to draw it out, they would put it on a piece of cloth and heat it and put it on your foot and tie it, and then it would draw out the thing, and then you treat it with other stuff. But that was one of the main way of extracting the pulse that developed in your foot as a result of having to walk bare feet, having to deal with to walk in the water. Now, a few people, I want to say a little bit about the Maljo thing, because it is a deep thing. For one, it is a play of a number of issues. One, part of it is to be pure malnutrition, but also psychology of people transmitting vibration or frequencies to the child or so. If you understand the meaning, the origin of the word I, which comes from Sanskrit and also Hebrew, it really means fountain. So what you see, what you give out, this is what you could literally kill a person with your eyes if you're strong enough. As how men undress women psychologically by looking at them, and have men who have the skill of undressing women, and some women will be able to take it when men undressing them in public. So the eyes, there's some science in this thing. And there was another thing I wanted to say in relation to earlier caller talked about something you put in the air, your warmers and the leaf, and put in it. I want to believe she was talking about, or he was talking about the love leaf, which I know works for the throat also. You can warm it, put a little bit of salt in it, and it clears up throat. When you're talking next week about other herbs and things, I'll call and share some other stuff that I have proven and I know used to be used by elderly people, and they work. Thanks.
Thank you very much, caller. Thanks a lot indeed. All right.
Godfrey, you know one thing that Scholar was mentioning, a series of things that probably stayed to the passage of time.
Mm-hmm.
For the whole night we never mentioned soft candle.
Well, yeah, soft candle is definitely still around, and it's used for a lot of different things.
And that was for nail juke and to pull out crinkle and things. So, and soft candle is still around.
Yeah, even when people have abscess, you put soft candle to soften it and so forth to get out. Yes, yeah. To get for the bag to come out.
Yeah, for the bag.
To get out the bag.
Let me ask you a question. What Florida water was for?
I know.
But it's still there.
It's still there, yeah. But I find people that buy that. I find I always see it.
Today, and I find that strange. Today, a guy came to buy Florida water in a store in town,
Yeah.
And I was about to ask him what that for. And then, the conversation changed.
I always see Florida water in supermarket and pharmacy and thing, but I find it sell.
I sell it, you're my TPD, Godfrey. Why you go have
But if it's always there, that means it's selling.
No, that's the same one that day. It's the same one.
Oh, you know that?
The same label?
I never knew what Florida water for.
I don't know.
Maybe, well, you never know. Maybe they make it in China now. Maybe Florida water come in China. Somebody, I saw somebody Reece was talking about our good friend Bobby's was talking about some things like gal and poo and jiga and this kind of thing. Yes. Yeah. What we used to use for those things? Well, I know if you have poo, you have to go and bed.
Gal.
Yeah, gal was a kind of thing.
Gal was in the head, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
What is there's some connection between gal and cocoa bay? Whatever is cocoa bay. Oh, is it gal or yaz? Yaz and cocoa bay or something?
I think it's yaz.
Yaz and cocoa bay.
Yaz and well, what is cocoa bay?
Gal, yeah, yaz. Yeah.
What is cocoa bay?
Cocoa bay has something to do with growing shot. So you cocoa bay. I don't know if that must have to say about cocoa bay.
Cocoa bay is not something you're using for yours? I don't know. Huh? I'm asking. Well, that's the impression I got.
I don't know. What I know, what I learned to use for years, I used to boil wabuk leaves.
Yeah.
Wabuk. Yeah, for years.
Wabuk as in wabuk broom?
Well, you say wabuk leaves and you drink it. Yes, it's a wabuk. You have wabuk and you have wallet. I think it's wabuk.
Yeah, because you're using wallet to make the poultice.
Yes, but I don't think that was for years. But the wabuk, you boil the wabuk and you drink the water, and that is good for years. As it relates to gal in the head, Godfrey, I don't know how. I cannot remember how they used to get rid of that.
You bet it goes spoil.
These things are what? Fungus?
They have to shave out the hair.
Yeah, shave the hair and you
shave it and have to constantly cleaning it off.
Yeah, I think you're rubbing ghost spore and thing, and you bury with ghost spore and thing like that. Someone is saying, scholar, that Florida water was for gripe. Yeah, and someone says Kakabeke bush is for gal.
Oh, makes sense because it's the skin issues. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know either. And what we have on Facebook, we're getting close to wrap up.
Right. Sonia is saying they give castor oil for worms also. So she's saying that soft candle is used for picker in your foot. Alistair is saying as children we used to run and ball when you have our parents call us for that. Jose said I spend an extra hour on my job to be part of the show because I would have been on the train going home in that snow weather. Great show as usual. Looking forward to next Friday. Be safe and practice the protocol. COVID is real. Grace said soft candle and pepper leaf for the inflammation. Annette, soft candle was the remedy for boils. Sekou mentioned witch hazel water. Someone else had mentioned Kananga water. So I guess there are different type of waters. Alistair, jigger. My mom said they used to use a heated needle or pin to get out the jigger in their feet, laughing out loud. Grace Mitchell, when fowl hatching, some does have pupul. Monica, Alistair, what is cocoa bay? Oh, she's asking what is cocoa bay. Annette, many yellow leaves such as mango, blogger, and a few I can't remember were used for Gandhi's. Gandhi's?
Jaundice, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
For jaundice?
Yeah,
jaundice. Jaundice. Okay. All right. Yeah, so that's it. Oh, Florida water had many uses. It is used for spiritual reasons. I use it for headaches, as Lima called. That's what Bishop is saying. So yeah, that's it for social media for tonight.
And
someone says it's used as a splash mainly on men. Florida water.
Okay. Now I know what I'll be getting all of you for Christmas.
Florida water. Let's take a final.
Pull up some bottles of water and bring it first.
You would prefer that, but you are getting Florida water.
Get your Florida water. Let's take a final call and we'll wrap. We culture. Good evening. Hello. Yes. Good evening.
Yes. A very good show. I would like to talk about the pupil. When fowls sit in, they will get this small white, like a little insect walking all over in the fowl. My grandmother used to put a string in the nest where they hatch in, and the pupil will walk out.
So the pupil was this small, almost insect-like?
Yes, it's very small.
Oh.
And for babies, when they have, well, not really babies, toddlers, when they have constipation, they will take a feather and tickle their bottom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, caller. Thanks a lot indeed. Yes. Well, guys, it's time to wrap for this evening. We want to thank all our Facebook fans. We had over 150 comments on our Facebook platform. I have not looked and see what's happening on YouTube. I'll check on that a little later on. But we want to thank you guys on social media for all your contribution. WhatsApp, of course, Facebook, viewers on TV or listeners of K105 FM. We thank you so very much for staying with us. Thank you for all your contribution, and we're looking forward to next week. Fellas, are we talking next week? We're continuing and go on to Bush.
Yeah.
Bush.
So we're talking about Bush next week. I know some Bush, fellas.
I know some Bush too.
Yeah, I know some Bush. Yeah.
I know Bush. I know Bush. I know Bush. George Bush.
You know Bushy?
Yeah, I know Bushy. Yeah, I know about Bush.
I'm going to go do some research.
You're going to do some research?
Yeah, let us do that. Let us all do that.
Don't go and do research in the bush, Do research on the bush.
It doesn't matter where I do it. Maybe I might have to go into some bush to get the right information. Whatever
you might have to bring a bush expert.
Actually, that might be a good idea.
Actually, Livingston, I'll touch base with Mucho. Mucho is a bush.
That's exactly the person I was thinking about.
Mucho is a bush beast.
Yeah, that is the exact person I was
Mucho is a bush beast. Mucho no bush don't even grow yet.
Yeah, in doing that program, it just really hit me that we lost somebody like Control.
Yes.
Because he was both in terms of bush, but in this homemade remedies. I mean, he had like a whole clinic running for himself.
Yeah, those.
Yes, in terms of ailment and thing, we have just lost Control even before doing this program. So when I was thinking about someone to go to, Control was the person that came to mind, and that was so unfortunate.
Right. So guys, thank you again. Reece, anything? Let's make our final comments.
Grenada is very smaller, and a lot of the things that we discussed tonight, I mean, I think we could relate to it in the different parishes. You guys are from mostly up north, eastern side there. I am from the west side, purely. And, I heard about Mr. Miller, the chemist. We had a Mr. Mills. And all the stories that you gave, I mean, that little shop with, practically everything in there and all the little contraptions and how you used to go in the back and come back with your medicine and all of that. So it really resonated with me, the things that we spoke about tonight. And I'm looking forward to learning more next week. As I said, I'm going to be doing some research. So I don't come and sit down here looking like no ape and everybody talking and I come in.
Like a what?
Like a ape.
What's an ape? Like I don't pay.
That golf thing then.
I don't pay. I know about pay. You looking like you pay.
Well, ape. It's ape, right? Yeah, so, I mean, I'm really looking forward. I had a good laugh tonight as well. Thank you.
Doc?
We see for your information, we have a lot of bush. So in case you want to research bush,
right?
There's a lot of bush in Tivoli.
Okay. Maybe I'll take a trip.
Maybe I'll take a trip. Well, Godfrey, I mean, of course, I think there was a lot of information that went around tonight, and we would continue on that. So I'm happy that we're going to continue. And I know a lot of people are tuning in and actually can relate to that. But there was something that catch my eyes a couple weeks ago, and I just, it's a diversion from what we are saying now, but I think it is important to mention. When they had the Independence Calypso Godfrey boy, there was a guy that came second. And I think the reason why he came second is because he chose somebody that did not look like a farmer at all to produce some yams that was planted upside down. The man, that man that came second in Calypso had somebody as part of his prop with a yam upside down. The man didn't look like a farmer. So
well, I am glad you raised that, because in keeping with our culture, anytime you have a competition, it is part of our culture and the norm to say the thief. Right. So I say tonight, the thief. Who win didn't win. The thief. The thief.
But Godfrey, I think that the judges were very much vying to give the person second, probably the lead position. But when a judge see the farmer, he said, no. We can't do that.
Yeah, but then okay. No, I could appreciate that, but then I'm still trying to figure out what the judges was thinking when the man that win reading from a phone and still making mistake. So, in keeping with we culture, the thief. Finley, your final comments.
I enjoyed this program tonight. It was so nostalgic already. It brought back, according to one of the callers, it bring back some vibes. It's real nice vibes. And as people speak and things, you remember things as they were mentioned. So I always envisaged that this is what this program would have done. And we have not touched on quite a few things. For example, Bengi's Balsam.
Yes.
We don't get Bengi's Balsam I mentioned. We don't get Bengi I mentioned. I think Radiant B don't get a mention.
That's right.
I think Iodex get a mention, but Iodex now and Iodex long ago was different, as we kept saying.
Listen, Iodex now white,
Well, I don't know, because I know Iodex before was black.
I used Iodex right? About 2 weeks ago, and it's white Iodex again.
No, I have Iodex right inside it, and the Iodex green. So I don't know if it was not make that Iodex.
Come in China.
It was not make that Iodex. I feel that person trying to be in this year hard. Because the Iodex are green. But really, it was such a nice program. And usually we have these programs like that, more laid back, very informative, that the callers like to call, they enjoy. I want to say good night to all our Facebook, YouTube, television, radio listeners, viewers, and so on. Thanks for staying with us. And I want to finally say to Livingston, I am the only farmer who does dig hole upside down.
Confession is good for the soul. Thank you, sir.
Dig a hole upside down, let me see. Come by me, I will teach you how to do it. That is when you could call yourself a farmer, when you could dig a hole upside down.
A real farmer.
Guys, I don't know if you had looked at the news. I think it was during last week, but I saw that the news was talking about patois being taught in schools.
Yes, indeed. In fact, and Dr. Joseph was elated.
I thought we must have added to that conversation.
Well, Dr. Joseph did call. She sent messages. She was elated, and you know,
I thought it was a very good step in the right direction.
Oh, definitely.
We culture. We culture.
We culture, definitely. Guys, thank you all so very much. It was indeed a pleasure again, you know, sitting with you guys and, you know, reminiscing on those old days and some of the wonderful things. You know, I'm sitting here and I actually, you know, I'm seeing my grandmother doing all of these little things that you know, that we spoke about tonight, and it's really, really nostalgic. So thank you guys so very much. Until next.
You go, Livingston, we can do promo. You and I can do promo.
We're living too far.
Oh, we're living too far.
No. Reece, Reece could do promo. That is one. And Reece, you know, like the second thing too. The promo that we have for the program, the promo says with cultural icon and
yes,
cultural icon and cultural S-can was one of them things. But you came today.
You can't.
I had to stop that.
Anyway, Livingston, we can't do promo. We are doing own promo.
We will do.
Well, yeah, do I promo?
That's right.
Yeah. I had to stop that. I'll have to real stop that kind of thing anyway. I have to stop that.
Anyways, it's
guys. Oh, yes it did. So fellas, until next week, have a good one and we'll talk soon. All the best. I'll check out the stats and send it out shortly.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you, folks. Do have a good one. All the best. Tomorrow we have cricket again, so I'll be with you from 6 tomorrow evening as we get closer to the semi-final of the regional Super 50 games. So until then, do have a good night and enjoy the rest of the weekend.
We don't dance wrong, we may